What's going on, crypto fam? Today is Thursday, June 9th, and today we're not going to be taking any new trades because we have the CPI coming out tomorrow. We don't know how the market's going to react to the news. So, being that we trade on the daily, I don't want to be in any new trades tomorrow when that news comes out because we don't know what's going to happen, right? The market could go up, the market could go down. 50-50 chance, could go either way. So even if we get a good signal on our systems, right, the news could override that and we could expect at the very least a very volatile day. So I'm not going to put any new trades on. We do have some trades that are already on. They are already in profit. So we're going to leave those trades on. Our stop loss is moved to break even on them. So worst case scenario, if the market wants to look at it as bad news and take the market down, we'll get stopped out at break even on the rest of our trade. If price wants to rally off of it, then we'll be able to reap the rewards from those trades that we already have on. But I don't want to put any new risk on tonight. So tonight what I'm going to do is I am going to focus on the Tenkan Sen Kijun Cross, because we got into a few trades the other day, and you guys know the crypto market's been going down for the last 2 months. But I put 3 long trades on the other day on the daily, and all 3 of them did pretty well, right? At the end of the day, the following day, while the rest of the market was in 6, 7, 8% down, 3 of the trades we were in green. Right? And there were only about 7 coins that were in green for that day. The rest of the market was all red. So I want to go over the Tenkan Sen Kijun Cross because that is the signal that I use to get into those trades. And those are not the only 3 coins that had a Tenkan Sen Kijun Cross, right? But those are the only 3 coins that had other things aligned with it that made it a good bet that those were going to go up. And we're going to go over that because it's important. You can't just go by a cross of 2 lines and say, okay, we're going back up from here. There are other things you need to look for that will increase your chances, right? Because that's all we do. We don't know. No indicator says for sure 100% that, oh, now we're going back up, right? We just have probabilities. When certain things happen, and indicators do certain things, then we could say the probabilities that it's going to go up from here are much greater in our favor than against us. So let's share the screen. And everything I show you today, we're going to backtest in another video coming out this week. We're going to backtest the Tenkan Sen Kijun Cross, and we're going to see how effective it is, over the long term. We're going to look at it over a course of 115 trades and see what the results are if we took all 115 trades. So if that's important to you, please like, subscribe, share the video, hit the bell because it will notify you when we do drop that video. All right, so let's share the chart. So the first thing we're talking about is the Tenkan Sen Kijun Cross. That is to say, when the short term, the Tenkan Sen, which is pink here, crosses below the medium term Kijun Sen, which is the dark red line, that is what's called a death cross, right? And as long as the Tenkan Sen stays below the Kijun Sen and continues down, the downtrend is in effect, right? Once we get a golden cross, at the very least, we could say this downtrend is over. What it does not mean is that we are going to go down and automatically reverse back to the upside, right? We don't know what's going to happen once we get this cross. We can simply start ranging. like this, right? So we know that the downtrend's over. We don't know if we're going to reverse to the upside or if we're just going to go sideways. And then after ranging sideways for a little bit, we're going to continue. Why did it do that? Right? We don't know if it's going to then continue to the downside, right? So down, take a rest, and then break down. Or if we're going to go down, take a rest, and then break out to the top side. Right? But we could use other indicators to help us gauge what is going to happen. So the other day, and well, let's look at the rest of the market. Right? So we can see in crypto, we've had this downtrend, right? And we got across here, right? And then it came back and it crossed back under, right? But most of the crypto market's just been this downtrend, right? We still haven't even got a crossover on a lot of these. This we got a cross. This we got a cross briefly, right? This still no cross, still continuing down on Atom. AVAX still continuing down, still have not got a golden cross on it. So this downtrend is still in effect, right? We got a cross on this and then down, cross on this and then another crossover, right? This we got a cross of, and I was paying attention to band because I had a feeling band was going to see a move, but I wasn't getting the rest of my signal on it. So let's look at the three. Well, let's look at some more first. See, downtrend, never crossed over. It's continuing down. Bond, got a crossover. CGLD, still no crossover. Comp, no crossover. Koval, no crossover. Crow, no crossover, right? And it's still, both are still angled down. It looks like it's about to take another dump. So, what was I seeing the other day that made me get into those three trades? Let's look at Link, right? So Link was one of them. Well, first off, we got a cross right here on this day. The difference between this cross and the rest of the crosses you saw, right? Let's look at, because I know some of these cross as well. So this got a cross, right? But where was price? Price was below both of them, right? This one we got a cross, but price was below both of them. This one we did not get a cross yet, right? This one we got a cross, and price broke above the price broke above. So BAT was looking good on that day. This no cross yet. Civic, we got a cross, and price was above both. Same here, we got a cross and then price broke above it. Poly, same thing. We got the cross and price broke above it. So you had a bunch of them where you got the cross and then price was still below both the Tenkan Sen and Kijun Sen. And let's look back at them. Right? So we got the cross here, but price was still below them. And it never got back above them. And then it crossed back over. Right? Same thing. We got the cross here and price was above it. So this is why I was watching band. Same thing. Cross, but price was still below the Tenkan Sen and Kijun Sen. So I wasn't really interested in this. So that's the first thing I look for when I get a Tenkan Sen Kijun Cross. I look for where price is. If price is under both of them, it's not a trade for me. And the second thing I look for is where is the Chico span in relation to price, right? So when we got the cross here, the Chico span was still below price here, right? And if you look at link, right, when we got the cross right here on this day, the Chico span was breaking out above price from back here, right? So we had price above both. We had the Chico span above price here. We had the both the Tenkan Sen and Kijun Sen aimed upwards, right? Which, if you can see, what do I always say? When you're in a downtrend, you can see the Chico span just goes down and sideways, down and sideways, down and sideways, down and sideways. So now, all of a sudden, the Kijun Sen, I might have said Chico span over here, but the Kijun Sen turned, and now it's angled upwards. The Tenkan Sen is angled upwards. Price is above both. So we have momentum to the upside now. We have price above both. And we have the Chico span breaking out above price. So that to me is a full bullish signal, even though we are below the cloud, right? Because what they say, and we're going to test this this week, is when you get a bullish cross above price, right? Above the cloud, sorry. So let's look at this. Right? They say a cross below the cloud, a bullish cross below the cloud is still a weak signal. A bullish cross in the cloud is a neutral signal. A bullish cross above the cloud is a bullish signal, right? It's a strong signal. Same thing when you're taking a bearish signal, right? When you're taking a death cross, if you get the death cross above the cloud, it is a weak signal. When you take a death cross in the cloud, it is a neutral signal. And when you get a death cross below the cloud, it is a strong signal. And we're going to back test that and see how true that is in that video we put out this week. But for now, this is what I base my trade on. And if you look at these were the only ones that were doing that, right? This, right? We had momentum, both of them aimed up. Bitcoin almost gave the signal, right? Because we came down, price, we got the cross here, and then price broke above it here. Then the Chico span broke above right here. So it was looking good right here. It looked like we could have called a buy signal off of this. But what happened the next day? We got a big wick down, price reversed, and now price is back below both the Chico span and Kijun Sen, and the Tenkan Sen and Kijun Sen, and the Tenkan Sen is aimed down, right? I keep on thinking I'm saying Chico span. So this looks like we're going to range here, right? And this is the range right now. The range is going to be the high of the last 26 candles and the low of the last 26 candles. So we are in this range right now, and price could end up just coming down and up and down and up, right? And these will just kind of cross back below each other and above each other and below each other, right? And it'll just kind of go this way, and this will kind of go like this, right? So right now, as far as we are below 32,300 and above 28,000, I'm just looking for this thing to range. Now, if price comes down and breaks below the 28,000, then what'll happen is you'll get the death cross, right? You'll get this will come on. Why do you? So we'll get this come down. This will come down like this. Price will start coming down, and it'll just continue down, right? Like this. And price will follow this, and this will kind of just keep on going like this. So right now we're just in a range on it. But that is what you want to look for. Now, another thing is when I took these trades, right? When I took these trades, I took this trade right on this candle right here. What were my take profits? Right? Well, my first take profit was here. My second take profit here. Third take profit here. Why? Because price is coming into the cloud. Right, so I'm going to expect that we are going to get rejected from this cloud, right? Because the cloud is long-term resistance. So I have expectations that we're just going to come up to the long-term resistance and get rejected from there. So I want to take some profits at least up here, which is not a bad move. I mean, let's see. We got in here, take it to the cloud, 16% move, right? So we're going to take some profits when we get to the cloud. We're going to take some profits here or halfway in the cloud, right? Just in case this thing comes into the cloud and then just gets rejected. This is a thick part of the cloud, right? So most likely we're not just going to cut right through here. We're going to see some volatility in here, bouncing back and forth. So we want to take some profits off again, just in case we get rejected or we come back down to the bottom of the cloud. And then the top of the cloud is where I'd be looking for some more take profits. Now, can this thing break the cloud and continue on? Yes, it would, but that would give us a Kumo breakout, right? That's a totally different signal within the Ichimoku system, and you'd get the breakout. We'd already be out of this trade, but we get the breakout, we wait for it to come retest the top of the cloud, we take another trade, and we take it to the upside. So we'd put on another position once we break the cloud, right? And we're going to discuss the Kumo breakout strategy in another video, and we're also going to back test that to see what the results of that would be. All right, so that concludes this video, but just keep in mind when you are, I'm just going to do a quick let me just take this off. All right, quick review. So you get the price comes, you get the crossover, price breaks above both the Tenkan Sen and the Kijun Sen. You get the breakout of the Kumo above price from back here, and that is your full signal right there. You also want to see the Tenkan Sen and Kijun Sen possibly going up, show momentum to the upside. The other thing I was looking at when I took all these three trades is we had a lot more volume than we had back here, right? So we had volume coming in. I have other indicators right here, which is momentum indicators. I prefer using a separate momentum indicator rather than the rather than the Tenkan Sen and Kijun Sen aimed upwards, I use this for momentum. So I had momentum to the upside on both these indicators, and I had all my signals here, and they all did well. Poly gave me 16% right there. We took it, gave me 16%, reversed. Looks like it's getting rejected from the cloud, right? Which is why we take profits on the way up, because it is getting rejected from the cloud, and it could continue down, or we could continue going sideways for a little while and then decide what we're going to do. The other one we took is ADA. ADA looks like it might be getting rejected from the cloud too. It hasn't been able to break into it. Every time it comes in, it gets pushed back out and pushed back out. So if price comes back below the Tenkan Sen, I'd be looking for it to, maybe full rejection or just kind of work its way sideways this way. OMG, I took a trade on. That's looks like it's going to be a crossover. If I get a signal on this, if this green line comes back into the gray, I'd say we're losing momentum to the upside, and we'll probably get the crossover back under, and I'll be out of this trade at a small loss. But the Chico span's still above price, so I think we could still possibly break through here. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to leave it on for now. But the other three trades we did good on. We're already in profit on this, right? Right, so we took it here. We hit our first take profit by a hair, right? Link, we already took 2 take profits on Link, right? We were looking for 947 on our second take profit, went to 965, came back down a little bit, and our third take profit is at, I don't even remember. I don't have it open right now, but I think it was, let's see, you can tell from here. 10.15, somewhere around there. So, like I said, that concludes today's video. I hope it helped. And stay tuned, because we are going to back test this. We are going to do 115 trades on this and see what the results would be. See what the win rate would be. What is it going to be? 60%? Is it going to be 70%? Is it going to be 80%? We're going to look at different money management, position sizing techniques, where we take profits. Are we better off with taking profits in a three take profit levels like this, or are we better just to take one take profit? Where's best to put our stop loss? We're going to be looking at all those things in our next video. So stay tuned, and I will see you soon. Have a good night.